Hey, what's going on, guys? Bot Mentality here. Real quick, I want to talk about what's going on here on the ES today, some of the price action we saw, as well as what's been happening with GME, AMC, BB, BBBY, and these little meme Reddit names that have been running, and talk about some of my thoughts and how I'm trading them, kind of what I'm looking for in the future. So ES overall, we're finally seeing a decent pullback after an extremely strong move off the 4100s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in a row to the upside, essentially topped out around 45.15, and now we're seeing a slight sell-off. A significant pullback would be towards the 4380s, 4400. Who knows if we even get that here on the hourly after hours? We're trying to bounce up. We're trying to bounce up currently green. Next demand level, like I said, 4400, 4380, and then small demand there at the 4430. Despite this hourly pullback, we have GME seeing a strong day yesterday, right, and into today, essentially holding sideways, did make new highs, but got sold off. The 150 level is a strong macro supply. If you just look over here, we have 160s, 150s. There's going to be a lot of supply on GME anyway after you see this sort of chart. The reason why we're seeing so much volume come in is because we saw a stake, $10 million stake in this by Cohen. And now we're trying to see what's going to happen. I mean, we had a move from $80 all the way up to $150, almost a double in 4 days. That is absolutely crazy. Can it go further? Yes. Is it likely to go further is the question. That's kind of where we're sitting at, and that's what I want to get into. Kind of how I'm trading it is I did take a short position into the 135, add on 141. So right around here, I'm sitting at just about small profit at the 136. Missed my ads on 150 because it poked it and rolled back under, and I am short overall. What I'm essentially looking for is a move back towards 120. That's completely warranted. We almost got it here we did get it here out of the gate to the 126. But if we get one leg down and this thing starts to unwind, yeah, we can see 120 within the next day, right? 2 days. What if we don't? What the bulls are looking for is for that low to hold, the support over 130 to lead to a consolidation, upside breakout of this, bull flag, however you want to look at it, pin it, and let's see a break over 150 to move into 160. And honestly, guys, if we can break over that 160, 175, 200 is very possible on the squeeze. You got to think about how many people are short this thing and are getting blown out right now, especially after we broke these 127, 130s prior highs. So, can this thing squeeze further? Yes. Would I want to be long here? Not likely. That's for sure. One of the more interesting plays is if you look at some of the other Reddit names that ran back in the day when GME did. Look at AMC. Okay, AMC is running up. There's been no fundamental change, no stake, nothing like that. AMC is running along with GameStop. This name actually had a lot more bullish flow and was bullishly diverging GameStop. That's something to keep in mind. If there were shares available to short, I probably would have played this name. But look at how sick that was. Everybody got squeezed on this, right? Now we're pulling back here into the after hours. There's potential on this to unwind sub 18 as well. If GME goes to 120, this thing will just drop through 18 as well. But then other names, right? Like BB, check this out. This name also saw some sympathy off that move. BBBY, right? This name also saw a gap up here and then it just got unwound. So other Reddit names are running just because of the stake in GME. These have been nice to take advantage of, but unless you were trading shares and you caught it early, there really wasn't much meat on the bone there afterwards. My thoughts on AMC: can it go higher? Yes, it can. I don't like it as much as GME just because it's not up as much from a percentage standpoint, but there is still a lot of opportunity on it. If we can break over the 22 and we start getting towards 25, I'll be a lot more interested in the short this week. If we can squeeze back up into 22, let's say pre-market opening, get a pop, I'll be looking at it even if we're around 23 to get some puts. I had orders out on this thing all day to get some puts and just couldn't fill any. Even when we ripped up here, I couldn't fill any. So nobody wanted to fill them. What's happening is even though the price is moving up, the implied volatility is increasing. A lot of people were loading the puts, so the puts increased in value or stayed sideways. They didn't really degrade much on this upside move, if you could believe that. Just holding on to GME, and I'm keeping an eye on these now. I think big picture, honestly, I think this move gets faded. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but I think that the advantage to the short side increases a lot if we gap up over 150. We get over 150, 160, the short is going to look very appealing to a lot of people. just because there's just been a stake, not really a fundamental change. But keep your risk in check. There's no telling what it can do. Just as far as the flow, I'll pull this up here. You can see GME, really don't worry about that block order. It's really not too impressive. We saw a put order come in at 2:36 p.m. Just a small $30,000 bet on the 120s, and not really much on GME. But look at AMC. I sorted these in the category of the highest premium. You can see some significant orders came in here for the 20 calls, 20 calls, 20 calls, 20 calls, 20 calls. Look at the time, 10, 12, 10 a.m., 11 a.m. So these came in size. People were looking for this. He got the Mays, April's. So AMC does have a lot of bull flow. It can see higher. It definitely can see higher. That's why I don't have a position on it currently unless I got an extremely amazing fill, which is what I'm looking at. Because I do think it'll fade it. Again, there's no fundamental change on AMC. GME was the one with the stake. But it can go. They can both run more. Okay? Especially if you take into consideration the ES sold, pretty much all day, and GME went sideways. That is a clear bullish divergence, clear higher lows into the close here on the 15-minute. And if we can we see some weakness now, but let's see if it traps people after hours. It can open up 150 and then trap them again, and we see 160 tomorrow. It could happen before they open, no doubt. So I placed my bets. I think that we could see some unwind as soon as people start letting go, and we see that overhead supply that's caught in here start hitting the bid. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see, guys. That's all I got. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Remember to stay focused on developing that bot mentality, which is the trading mentality, where you learn to eliminate your emotions so you can trade like a machine, guys. And if you're interested in joining my chat room, there's information in the description box below. I'm out of here. Deuces.